I am heading into a virtual event, and I'm so excited to rock the virtual stage with over 200 of my clients in my year-long program. And the event is actually called Rock Your Virtual Stage. And for those of you that are doing virtual events coming up, I want to let you know a little bit about what I've been up to preparing for the event, so that you can hopefully pick up some tips on rocking your own virtual events. I got up and brought myself down to the beach today because the day before I lead like a 3-day thing, I always take a self-care day. I always pretend that the start day for the event is like a day earlier than it actually is, so that I'm totally ready to go a few days early and I can just relax and take care of myself and really be at my best self for the event. In terms of really lining up the content for the event, slides and flip charts and handouts really kind of frame the event for your participants, right? And so as you're thinking about what you want to deliver, especially in a multi-day event, you can use those things as a skeleton for your event, so that each session has a theme and each session maybe has a handout that accompanies it, or each session has a handful of slides that walk people through the content. So that is really helpful for me in terms of getting organized of what we're doing in each session. Now, if you're making an offer, if it's an enrollment event, then you want to, of course, kind of reverse engineer the event from the offer in your mind. So you're going to want to determine, what is the thing people need to believe in order to want to say yes to your offer. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're offering a course called Find Your Soulmate. You're going to want to include some content in your event that helps people really feel like they can affect their love life, because a lot of people feel hopeless around love. So you may want to do some empowering exercises around helping people vision into their ideal relationship. You may want to tell some stories of people who found their love after a long search, or after years of not thinking it was ever going to happen, or whatever, to help them ramp up their confidence, their belief that it can happen. And then when you offer your program, they have that increased confidence. So write this down. I think this is something a lot of people miss when they're hosting any kind of an event or a virtual event, and that's leading up to an offer. You're going to want to think about, how do you help people believe that they can have the outcome you're offering? How do you help ramp up people's confidence in the transformation that you're providing? And then as you're leading up to the offer, another great tip is to put some content in your event that establishes what people want more than anything, their big goal, their big vision, and make sure that you really take the time during your event to help people build up and get enrolled in their vision. Because a lot of people, especially right now with what's going on in the world, a lot of people are falling into complacency and hopelessness. And you're also going to want to put some content in your event that helps people really identify the problem. What's in the way of them having what they want? What's in the way of them having the outcome, the solution that you provide? What's their reality? What are their challenges? And write this down. This is super important. What are those challenges costing them? What's the price they're paying? How are those challenges affecting their health, their relationship with their kids, right? To even put an exercise, an inquiry, a question in your event itinerary that has to do with how people can really take a good look in the eye of their challenge. I think it's so easy for us to sugarcoat our lives, and yet many people out there are living with some big challenges, and they want those challenges solved. And that's what's going to help them establish the gap in their own mind between what they want the most and what they're actually currently living, so that they can see your product, your program, your service as a great investment. They can see it as a wise investment. They can see it as a good use of their resources, right? Because that's really your job, is to help people believe that they can have the thing you're offering. They can have it. I want to say a little bit more about using an event to make an offer, because this mindset around helping people believe that they can have the thing that you're offering, I believe that's like our responsibility as humans. It's not about selling somebody something. It's about helping people believe that they can have it, because this actually unhooks you from the pressure, the manipulation, the icky selling stuff. Like, this is the answer, I believe, to just keep it like the question we all have in our mind, where it's like, how do we sell ethically? How do we confidently stand in the value of what we're offering, you know, without being slimy or salesy? And when you can stand in firm conviction of the fact that you know your potential client can have the outcome that they are looking for, you stand in belief of their greatness. You stand in conviction and commitment that they can have the amazing health. They can have the incredible relationships. They can have the business, the career that they love waking up to every day. That's your job, is to ramp up your belief in that so that they get that transmission, right? They get the transmission that they can have it too. And that transmission is a gift, whether they hire you or not. But the win-win for everybody involved is that when they believe they can have it, and you're standing as that guide, not a hero, not trying to rescue them. That's an important difference. That's an important distinction. Write that down. Your job is not to be a hero or a shero when you're leading events, when you're facilitating, when you're making offers. Your job is to present yourself as a guide. And when you as the guide are standing in your firm conviction, stake in the ground, you can have this. It's a win-win, because your potential client gets to feel the belief in themselves, and that belief in themselves gives them more confidence to invest in your services if your services are a good fit for them. And so our job as leaders, especially right now, is to ramp up our belief in what we know is possible for humans. And my job right now is to help you ramp up your belief that you can have the business, facilitate the events, find your clients online. You absolutely can. Yes, you can. You are the one who's been called into this incredible opportunity. So in terms of me prepping for tomorrow, I'm over here feeling really grateful for Zoom breakout rooms. What a gift that we can put people in small groups virtually, face-to-face, on video camera. We can create intimacy, we can create interaction, we can create experiences that people never used to be able to have virtually. In the absence of live events, these virtual events are proving to be able to create so much connection. And write this down, connection is currency. When you create that connection in your virtual event, you create a container, a vortex around what it is that you're doing, and people like being a part of something, especially now. Brené Brown says, belonging is the biggest driver of human behavior. So if you can create a container, a sense of belonging around your events, then why would people want to go anywhere else when you make your offer to continue on with you? If people are already feeling connected, they're already feeling like this resonates, they've been able to interact with people, they've been able to take steps toward the thing that they most want, then your offer just becomes a simple yes. It becomes a simple next step. It's not a stretch anymore. You know, it used to be, they said that like 3 touch points were needed before a sale could be made. And now they're saying that it's like 23 touch points need to be made before a sale happens. But you can create those 23 touch points within a week's time by going live on video or creating videos once a day, each day, where people are being asked to take a step or complete an action before the next day, right? This is part of what we teach in our year-long programs. How do you put a virtual experience together that actually engages, gamifies, creates an experience for your potential clients so that when you make that offer, it's an obvious next step. The other thing I love to have on my virtual events is a wing woman or a wingman, somebody who can help me with the slides, somebody who can play music, somebody who can help me clean up the line if people aren't muting themselves out, so that I can really focus on delivery. So if you don't have a wingman or a wingwoman for your next event, or you're thinking about doing a webinar, you're thinking about doing a Zoom call for people who are interested in what you do, I recommend enlisting a wingman or a wingwoman to introduce you and be there on the line with you while you're hosting your event, because there's something about having that other person there that kind of solidifies it, right? It gives you that little bit of extra security, like this is happening. And if something weird happens, or if my internet drops, right, I've got this other person there who can hold the space, or let everybody know that I'll be coming right back, or put everybody into a quick inquiry. You know, you can always train that person to, if something happens to you, if you were to disappear all of a sudden, that person could just say, hey, I'm gonna get Sage right back. And in the next few minutes, I'm gonna invite you to write down, 3 challenges you're having with such and such topic, or what have you learned so far, right? Like, you can always have those backup exercises and enlist a partner to have your back for these events, because I think the story and the facade that you're doing it alone can really play into procrastination. This story that you're doing it alone can have you not do it. So don't do it alone. Give yourself that support. Give yourself this little hack of asking somebody to back you up. We've got women in our programs that do that for each other all the time, all week long. They're just hosting events with each other. So I hope this is helpful, you guys, when you're putting your virtual events and when you're putting your events together. You want to think about what you're offering, and you want to use your event as a way to ramp up people's belief. Ask yourself the question, write this down. What do people need to believe in order to say yes to working with me, in order to say yes to my offer? And then create a simple slideshow, not too many slides, a simple slideshow or some handouts that you can screen share as a way to kind of frame the event. And don't forget to take the time to really use your event to establish both what your potential clients want the most and what's in the way, so that they can take the time to really help people ramp up their belief in what they say they want. Help people establish that gap between what they really want the most and what's in the way. Make sure you have at least 2 teaching points as part of your event that identify the vision, the biggest goal that your clients or your potential clients likely have, and something that helps them establish really that big challenge, that big hurdle that they're walking through. And have fun. Be ready ahead of time so you can relax, take care of yourself, and enjoy this opportunity to change people's lives, because that's what you're here to do. You're here to change people's lives. And I don't know about you, but I've had all kinds of things going on in my life, in my personal life, in my family, health concerns with people I love so much over the last few months. I've had days where I'm just like, I can't believe this global family is living through what we're living through right now. I mean, none of us expected the world would look like this right now. And if you're going through something, I'm sending you so much love and prayers, and a reminder that we're so blessed to get to be here doing this work together. And what an opportunity for each and every one of us to really pause and ask, what am I here to do? Who am I here to be? Who am I here to be at this important moment? And so I'm calling in that reminder that each and every one of us can celebrate being alive right now, celebrate being here watching this video, celebrate being called to do something that makes a difference on the planet, and actually being willing to answer the call. Like, so few people find something that they love doing that they can get paid for. It's a gift. You're a gift. And there's people out there waiting for you. That's why you're feeling that calling, because there's people out there waiting for you. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all to get in your own way and keep questioning that. Thank you for being the very best part of Women Rocking Business, and we'll see you next week. Mwah. And if you got value from this episode, I invite you to hit the subscribe button so that we can get you weekly business trainings in your inbox to help you grow your impact and your income the women's way. Head over into the Women Rocking Business Sisterhood Facebook group and introduce yourself there, because women go so much further when we go together. Just click the button to subscribe, and we will see you on the other side.